What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys another video. This is a Cheeto talking about Pokimane finally snaps. And I swear I paused this by accident on this time. Like, when it looks like that, what's that look like? It looks very inappropriate. That does not look like it would be a hair curler or a straightening iron or whatever the fuck that thing's supposed to be. Especially with the tip of it. It looks like there's something coming out. I'm just saying. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be Pokimane realizing that, she's old and the fact that she's past the time that most people want to get married to somebody like her. Because the thing is, most people enter into marriage to have children and build a life. She already did the whole building of a life thing, and she's already past the prime age to actually have kids. I mean, she still can have kids, but the health risks are astronomical after the age of 30. Just saying. You can't fight biology, no matter how much you want. There are the rare few, but very few. So, before we get fully into this, check out w.gg and use my code TacticalGaming90 for 10% off store-wide. They have a new flavor out called Sour Gummy Bears. Looks very good. They have a whole bunch of other non-jittery, zero-sugar energy supplements on there. They're like, G Fuel and all the other ones. Go check them out and use my code TacticalGaming90. Link and all that will be in the comment section down below. Will be the pinned comment.
Doing Pokimane stuff, let's take a look.
Here's why I'm not married yet. I simply didn't.
I'm pausing it already. Here's why I'm not married yet. You are full of yourself. You are also probably 30. Actually, I can't remember how old you are. You're in your 30s, or you're almost 30. Let's see here. You're insufferable. You are a hypocrite.
Feels ever the right time or opportunity to get married in my early to mid 20s. It's kind of nice to see that people aren't rushing into marriage like they used to.
I don't understand this.
Not rushing into marriage like, okay, so she's 29. People understood when they were like in much previous generations that you should be having children at a young age. Like, not super young. In your 20s, yes. I would say mid-20s would definitely be your goal. Like, 25 is probably roughly around when you should be having children, right? At least, because that's when your body's at its healthiest. That's when you are at your healthiest. That's also when you're your strongest, relatively, okay? And genetically, you're prime for it, okay? So, waiting until a specific age, like your 30s or 40s, to get married and have kids, big mistake. That's why all these women on the internet are freaking out about the wall or whatever else. It's literally just a statement of, look, you hit this age, things get significantly harder for you when it comes to childbirth. Death of the child, death of the woman, death of both, not good. And or the least like serious scenario, birth defects. But then guess what that means? Now you're having to take care of a handicapped child the rest of your life, and most people end up resenting that child because of it. Okay? Not good. Not good at all.
Rushing into marriage like they used to.
Rushing into marriage.
That didn't really go so bad, did it?
It went better for most people back then.
Back at the problems we had in the past in this country, thinking at the top of the list is young marriages. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of nice.
There's like a whole generation of parents who aren't going to be taken care of by their kids.
But this is not good. Well, whatever this is worse, okay? This, like, we're turning 30 years old.
Her generation is going to get old and have no one to take care of them. So hopefully she's smart and saves a big chunk of change to pay for an in-home care person, because she's going to need one when she gets old.
Really,
she ain't having kids. You can guarantee it.
Never really considering starting a family. Even when you have all the money in the world, I think that's stupid, because I view money as a means to an end. Money is access. Money is freedom. Money is resources, right? The paper is just paper. It means nothing. Well, it's just supposed to be a means to an end for like a better life. And in my opinion, part of the better life, especially when you get older and wiser, is having children. I think children are a gift, and I want to have kids at some point.
And see, the funny thing is men, and this is what women hate, men can have kids all the way up into their 60s and 70s, right? Like, it just depends on your sperm count. Women is just genetically harder for you to have kids as you get older, which is why having kids young is smart. And having kids is very important for when you get older, you have people to spend time with, build memories with, and take care of you when you can't take care of yourself.
Kind of nice to see that people aren't rushing into marriage like they used to.
29 if you're wondering. I thought we would just start off with that, considering that her advice is to wait until you're 30 to consider marriage.
As a career-oriented woman, I don't want
I wonder
Career-oriented
what the
woman.
rate of birth defects is at 30. Like, it's
Yes.
something I believe
It gets
it's like
worse every year.
After, I think, 32, the risk of the child having a severe developmental disability increases, like, drastically.
I think it's like
So,
10%
yeah,
every year or
clock.
something like that.
It seems like people get offended when you say women are on a biological clock, but it's like a fact. So if we're afraid to say facts, then we're all living in fucking delusion.
to settle
Yep.
for someone who's insecure about what I do or wants to control me.
Insecure
Now,
about
it
what
does
I do.
require a little bit of nuance.
Yeah, bitches be 40 years old saying, "Don't rush me."
She's gonna end up doing OnlyFans at some point in time. You can guarantee it.
For those of you who don't know, this is a famous African-American female streamer named Pokimane. And if that wasn't enough of a cue as to why a partner of hers might be controlling, then look no further than her Instagram page, where she is constantly posting parasocial girlfriend bait to get followers. So I can
Yeah.
imagine why a significant other of hers would have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Welcome to modern Twitch, where the worst people you know.
That's why
are
no one's gonna
finally
take her
getting
seriously
old.
if they date her.
Cutie Cinderella is clocking in at 31. Then we have Valkyrie at 34.
I feel mentally stunted. Like, I don't feel 34. I'm
I don't
a
feel
middle-aged
34.
woman.
Someone better wipe her up. And finally, as I said, we have Iman,
Love you too,
who
baby.
is about to turn 30.
I've always been someone who wanted kids, wanted to start a family.
You better hurry. Guys get like an extra 10 years to act like they're still in high school, despite being well into adulthood.
It's
But
true.
because of biological limitations, once women hit maybe 22, they gotta get moving before their time runs out.
On top of that, there's such a pressure on women. I feel like we're constantly told and conditioned to think.
No one pressures you all to do anything anymore.
Is bringing life into this world.
It's funny how she says that, like she disagrees with it, but I distinctly remember her saying something along the lines on Twitter in response to a clip like, "This triggered my maternal instincts. This is giving me baby fever." And it's like, oh, isn't that crazy? Wow, baby fever. You're telling me you're getting baby fever. It's like, that's what happens when you are in your most prime fertile years.
Which I find painfully reductionist.
Clearly, she's a
Reductionist.
no education.
So dumb. Painfully reductionist. No one is like trying to get women to try to have kids anymore. Like they just simply tell you the truth, and then that's it. They don't try to force you to have kids. They don't try to convince you to have kids. It comes down to the plain statement of, this is the facts. If you don't want to listen to the facts, cool. This is what's going to be your life. You better start investing in cat food, dog food, peanut butter, things like that.
Courses in college seriously.
My categories.
So now we have more of an insight on why she's in this predicament.
Protection and power are overrated. I think you are very...
Yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah, that's all of humanity's greatest value, not just women.
Yeah.
Our ability as a species to reproduce is pretty fucking incredible.
Yes.
Like, that's not
Everyone
something
wants
that
children in general, at least normal people.
Like, you're not being reduced to a baby maker. You know, it's like, I'm more than a baby maker. Like, okay, bitch, put your pitchfork down, okay? No one's saying you're just a baby maker. We're saying you have the capacity to do, like, the coolest thing fucking ever. And you should be proud of it. Wear it on your...
People forget that there's been powerful women all throughout fucking history. I'll name one. Cleopatra. Okay? Here's another one. Helen of Troy. Okay? There have been women all throughout history. Okay? All throughout history that have been extremely influential and powerful women. And the funny thing is, they didn't give a shit the fact that they were women who were giving birth.
Leave, you know? It's not reductionist.
wise to choose happiness and love.
Uncle Iro advice videos are looking pretty base these days when it comes to the behavior of Twitch streamers. So as for people like Iman,
This woman's
who are
never
following
getting
the golden
married.
path in their careers, or people who are wasting like a decade doing nothing in their parents' basement, let me just say that these traditional milestones have been created for a reason, and the reason older people are pressuring you and saying that time is running out is because they know that you only have a finite amount of time to achieve certain things before you're locked out of them.
It's like,
Exactly. It's not that they're like trying to pressure you to do something. It's the simple fact that from experience, they have seen what has happened to other people or to themselves. So they're trying to tell younger people who are arrogant, because it comes with being young, that you might want to rethink this or you're going to have a hard time. There is literally right now 40-year-old women who are crying on the fucking internet because they've never been married, they've never had any kids, they're super fucking lonely. Like, you can't make this shit
Would
up.
you rather have something and not need it, or need something and not have it? And the
Right.
obvious answer is to have something and not need it. For instance, insurance. If you get into a car accident, God forbid, well, let's hope you have insurance. Versus
Right.
getting into one and not having insurance, you're fucked. You know?
Yeah,
So if you make
exactly.
a kid and you're like, I don't really like having this kid. I wish I never had kids. Well, you can be a deadbeat. No one's gonna respect you for it, and you'll be a piece of shit. But you're not, like, by law required to be a good parent. There's a lot of shitty parents, and
Yes.
they're not in jail.
A lot of shitty moms, a lot of shitty dads.
50 begging for a kid, and you just can't make one of your own. I'd rather make one and then just be like, fuck, like, I gotta fucking walk this kid like a dog and take him to school or whatever, than like literally not being able to ever have one. Because maybe I decide later on, I'm actually really happy to have this kid. I made the right choice. You can change your mind, but if you miss the opportunity, that's it. You got one chance.
And they know.
The goal as a parent is to not just give your kids a lifestyle that you didn't have or give them the things that you didn't have, but see them become better than you are. That is the goal of a real parent, is teach their kids to be better than them, right? That is the goal and aspect of any parent who actually wants to be a good parent. You're not going to be their best friend. I mean, when they get older and become adults, y'all can still hang out and somewhat be friends, but you're still their parent. All throughout time, okay? And for some reason, not a lot of younger parents want to be their best friend to their child. It's like, you're supposed to be their structure. You're supposed to show them what life is supposed to be like.
That life constantly gets harder and
Kids
harder
mirror
as you
what their
get older,
parents
but when
do.
people ignore traditional wisdom and they start running up against the time limit for achieving major life milestones, they'll start coping like this.
Bought an engagement ring for myself.
Yep.
Okay, but you guys told me to. The person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self.
This
That's
is
so dumb.
Narcissistic and off-putting. Who talks
Right.
like this? You're engaged to yourself the entire life. Yeah,
Buys
I think this
herself a
culture of,
fucking
like,
engagement ring.
self-care and self
Literally buys herself an engagement ring because she knows no one's going to buy her one.
love has totally lost the
That's
plot,
lonely.
because you'll just get these women on TikTok posting these videos
So lonely.
where everything they do
Who does
is
that?
for themselves at all times. I'm doing my mental health day. Here's my spa retreat. Here's what I do to take care of myself after a long day. of taking
Pokimane
care
says
of
she's not the
myself.
rich,
You
but
bitches
buys
do
herself
nothing.
a
You
fucking
do nothing.
engagement
You're
ring.
buying yourself a ring and you bought yourself a house and you just walk around fucking masturbating all day. It's insane. Where's this whole thing about, I'm finally doing this for myself, as if your entire life isn't just the most self-centered thing, that you just live the most self-centered way always.
Right?
So why shouldn't I get this ring for my damn self?
Oh my god.
And showing off her African American roots. I'm surprised Beyonce didn't
So
start
bad.
playing in the background.
So
But
bad.
also, what a callback to Emma Watson announcing that she was self-partnered when she was about to turn 30.
Wait, she said that?
Never believed the whole I'm happy single spiel, but I'm very
I gotta get my kiddo some food real quick. But I didn't know she self-partnered herself. That's so funny. And the funny thing is, Emma Watson's not that bad looking of a woman. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had a small little crush on her when I got older. Damn.
happy. I call it being self-partnered.
Classic. I'm glad to see that Pokimane is paying tribute by doing her own iteration of it.
I'm sorry, but that's funny.
This is me
Legitimately so cope.
proposing to myself. Look at the gorgeous diamonds. You know when jewelry is so pretty?
Proposing to
You want to eat it?
myself.
Is that just...
Self-partnered is high-key tragic.
This is my ring, a silicone ring. That's what I wear normally all the time, right? Here is my steel ring, right? Literally steel ring. Has some inlay on it, has a wolf and another wolf on it to symbolize me and my wife. I'm Norse, right? My wife's ring isn't anything in particularly special. I didn't spend like an exuberant amount on it, but like my wife loved the ring I got her because it has her birthstone in it. It was something that she specifically picked out and wanted. That's all that matters. The fact that she bought herself a ring is just insane.
It's very pathetic. It's very
It is.
pitiful. Like, you don't
Sad
want to be
and lonely
self-harder, and
sounding.
if you were, you would not
How lonely do you have to be?
society feel comfortable exclaiming it on TV. That's horrible. Hey
How-
everyone, I'm a lonely son of a bitch, and I
Yep.
only have myself to
Yep.
confide in. You know,
Yep.
it's weird. I don't know. I think making a soul tie with someone and living
I feel
happily
sorry
ever
for her
after
neighbor
is
that she
kind
put
of
on one of her
the coolest thing
videos.
ever. I mean, it's hard to do.
Could be
but
her boyfriend,
damn, is it
probably
rewarding
isn't.
if you do it right, you know? You
Probably
see
just some
of
dude
these,
she's been randomly fucking.
marriages that have been going on 50 years. You're like, shit, that's what it's all about.
To me, like, it's so delectable.
Am I the only
Delectable.
person who thinks this ring looks ugly? It looks like that snake that eats its own tail. I don't know if that's some sort of
An
or
Ouroboros.
it's the kind of jewelry that an evil stepmother from a Disney movie would wear. But I guess it's good that she
An
likes it.
Ouroboros.
Will I be with me for the rest of my life? Well, yes, I've no choice. I'm gonna have
I
to
have no
leave
choice.
This is like so fucking like chud
Oh
code.
my
I don't know,
God.
This is just incel shit, but she's Pokimane, so she gets away with it.
my husband.
So bad.
The sickest engagement ring for men that there ever was, and I cannot wait. You guys know how much I love gift giving, and just that idea makes me so happy.
Gift giving yourself? Yeah. I mean, as far as I've seen, I haven't really seen you give gifts to anybody. I mean, at all. It's like, hey, Pokimane, I got a GoFundMe. You want to give me some money?
I can think of
Like,
nothing more
seriously. What
emasculating
the
than a
hell?
woman
Gift
proposing to a
giving my
man.
ass.
I'll never understand the
Holy
woman's
shit.
impulse for turning the
One of the huge benefits of a partner is they can take on work for you when you need help, and vice versa. How the fuck do you do that for yourself? It defeats the purpose. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
Yep. Your
independence
partner is supposed to be
great,
there
and
for you
it
to
is
lean on.
something
Male or
that I think
female, it
is
doesn't
a
matter.
virtue, but how can you then say that it's something where who's going to show up for you when you can't show up for you? You literally can't because you're not showing up. It's not
Yep.
possible. So
their
Oh my
boyfriends
God,
and
I
men that
love
they
this.
will
So
hate.
About
stupid.
a year or two ago, like a year and a half, something like that, I realized I had been attracting a lot of beta males.
I wonder why.
You know, I was like, I'm trying to cop a dude. All I got are like bitches, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, what's my problem?
You're a
It's the
liberal.
saying, it's like you attract who you are is what you attract. or
Yeah.
something.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's because you're looking for a guy.
So my wife is basically apolitical, right? She doesn't have like a side that she really believes in, right? She isn't Democrat, she isn't Republican, she isn't like conservative, none of that stuff. She just kind of sees, okay, that makes sense. Okay, this makes sense. My wife is apolitical. Me, I would be saying I'm dead center. I can see how some things liberals believe in can actually make sense, and then I can see how some conservative stuff makes sense. I'm more dead center, right? But if you are a liberal woman, and this is the other issue that these women are having, is when you're a liberal woman, you're going to find liberal cucks, and you ain't gonna find those motherfuckers attractive. That's just how it is. You'd find a conservative or a centrist or someone kind of like me more attractive than the dudes that you have been coming across. Why? Because they have that feminine ass voice. They have no fucking confidence in themselves, and they just do whatever the fuck the woman says. No pushback at all.
I would let you propose to him.
So
It's
funny.
watching a person
Little
highlight
bitches,
his
no shit.
tone because you can see her preaching
That's what
positive
little
values, followed
little
by getting
little
into various
liberal men
dramas
are.
because she's not actually attracted to the relationships that she claims are ideal.
I don't know if this is controversial,
Oh, God.
but I'm in New York right now, and I've noticed that the
Yeah, you are,
hottest
Julie.
men, the most attractive men, all happen to be gay.
Oh my God.
More evidence that if you just follow the traditional rules, you wouldn't have these problems.
Attractive men are gay.
For this that I
See-
have
And did she not just say that like all the other men she attracts are like bitches?
kind of theorized is you're saying the guys
So
who are
dumb.
gay are the hottest. Aren't you kind of saying that straight guys are perpetually aging from the stress that women give them? Gay guys don't age because they don't have to deal with these.
I'm almost 36. I have like I think
More
one
evidence
white
that if you
hair.
just
I hope I
follow
go
the
full
traditional
white. It's gonna be
rules,
awesome.
you wouldn't have these
Can't wait.
problems. However, I think these videos are a sign of a new phase of content creation for Iman, or a new creative outlet.
While I owe my career to streaming, it was also the source of a lot of difficult moments and harassment that I don't experience on other platforms. And I
Pokimane
can
finds gay
confirm
men
it's
attractive.
been
So
really
funny.
appealing to explore other creative outlets.
Now, a
So is she a
reasonable person
lesbian?
might say that being a pretend parasocial girlfriend to tons of lonely men as you pirate old episodes of
Right.
for your stream is not very creative, but you know, this is Twitch we're talking about here. I mean, technically, Amaranth is
Oh
the
God,
most
fuck that
well
dumb
put
crazy
together
bitch.
streamer when it comes to life milestones because she's married.
Yeah.
So the standards aren't that high here.
That's crazy.
But it seems like Iman is graduating to a new era in her career. She started out with her League of Legends N-word phase.
Back when she was
Like
based.
that, she should have picked
That's
Heroes
tough.
of New Earth. Then she
I
had
think she's allowed. I think she has the pass. Like she's African.
She's
a phase
African.
where she went after people's sponsors.
And I will say, for this
If that's the case, do South Africans get the N-word pass too?
company to sponsor a video that's literally 20 minutes of talking shit about me.
I love That's a Gundam. Great content. Dude's funny as shit.
Classic.
Fun.
It's a Gundam. So funny.
After that, she had
Oh,
the Untitled
yeah,
Girl
yeah.
phase.
See, that is the lady that people are simping over right there, right? That is the lady that all these Sims are simping over. Not ugly. Like, she's not unattractive. Like, she is a pretty young lady. But the problem is, she puts so much damn makeup on her face that she forgets that she is mid. My wife without makeup is far more beautiful than this lady. Like, hands down. Now, anyone who's married would say that about their wife. Oh, my wife is prettier than this lady. I literally actually mean it. I literally mean my wife without makeup. Because my wife puts barely any makeup on. Barely any. And she's gorgeous. Pokimane has to put a lot of makeup on for her to be gorgeous. Right there, she's still pretty, but that's mid. That's nothing to sit there and simp over and be like, oh, do whatever you want to be, Pokimane. Ooh, I've been bad. Ooh, like fucking weird shit.
A lot of people were offended by this tweet, but personally, I'm glad.
This face makes more money than you'll see in your life. Yeah, I feel.
No,
like,
not that face.
Maybe that's not the best way to respond to people who think your existence is vapid, right? Like you're a streamer girl who exists as jerk off fuel for desperate guys, and your comeback is no pun intended with comeback, but your response is like, I get paid. It's just like OnlyFans logic. Like people are impressed.
And that's why I'm saying she's gonna start doing OnlyFans between. She's gonna start doing OnlyFans between the age of 30 and 35. Watch. She ain't gonna get married. Her streamer count's gonna start fucking crashing down. People are gonna stop simping for her as much as they did and stop like watching her stuff as much as they did, and then boom, OnlyFans.
As you're like, you know what you're doing. And
It's coming.
You're playing into this like fantasy of these desperate guys, and your response is like, "Yeah, but I get paid." It's like that's not a good comeback. People know why you do it. Like you're saying, "Oh, I make money." Yeah, people understand that. That was never the thing that people were confused on.
Her true self here.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
So
Yeah,
dumb.
right, when Catty Pokimane stupidly calls her followers broke beta males. However, now I think that we're entering my favorite era of Pokimane, which is her Eat, Pray, Love phase.
Oh God.
This year, I fully cut someone out of my life who used to be a close friend, but was lying to me, lying about me, in general causing me so much emotional turmoil that I needed a lot of therapy. But after I cut them off, I did not message them once.
Let's talk about herself.
Pokey, good for you for not messaging him. You earned that candle. Also, for the guys
Neighbor?
who haven't been forced to watch Eat, Pray, Love, it is quite possibly the most woman movie that's ever been created.
Okay.
Eat, Pray, Love is about a 40-year-old New York career girlie with no children who goes off to Italy and gets fat and then becomes wise by learning from India. After she
What the
divorces her
fuck?
husband, who is deeply in love with her because he's short, I'm guessing, or because she got married too young, which is what she said in the movie. Of course.
What?
They have to make sure they poison
At
young
40?
women into thinking that being like 28 is too young to make a commitment. I mean, undateable men have their Manic Pixie Dream Girl movies, and undateable women have Eat, Pray, Love, and Morning Glory Milking.
Oh
Farm.
God, yes.
The life
Yeah.
of such movies.
The epitome of why women are mentally fucked right there. The epitome of why women are mentally fucked right there. So funny. Is these weird sexual novels that they have that glorify like horrific people and bad events or just fucking like animal creature like hybrid dude things.
Turns them into a spinster.
I'm never gonna underestimate the damage that this book, quote unquote, has done to society because
Not even just this one.
I think
There's
amount
so
of copies
many.
This has sold is in the millions.
There's so
we got a
many of
big
these
problem
books.
on our hands. I think it's bigger than most people realize.
I'm ridding myself of a lot of my people-pleasing tendencies, and I'm so
What people are you trying to please?
Tendencies, right? But you married yourself. So how are you a people pleaser, but you worship yourself more than anyone?
Right?
I am wishing you a happy new year, and I'm rooting for us.
Can anyone else pick up on in these like TikTok vertical videos? She speaks like she's kind of infantilizing herself a little bit. Like there's this, like soft, like juvenile cadence she's carrying, and I really think it's weird. Like she's totally adopted this. It's like a new way of speaking.
So crazy.
I'm just doing my thing, you know.
Here and I'm rooting.
I'm just here. I just exist.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that
My
you're figuring
God.
out shit that you should have learned when you're like 21.
You always talk in bumper sticker.
Pokimane has definitely seen this movie. She constantly speaks in platitudes that should be on Hallmark cards. By the way, just as a little side note, the woman who wrote the book Eat, Pray, Love was fucking batshit insane.
Okay.
On screen is a video about that. Let me just say that it makes sense that the advice
the woman who wrote Eat, Pray, Love planned to kill her girlfriend and wrote a new book about it.
What? Damn.
Okay.
given in that
That's
movie
crazy.
is horrendous feel-good bullshit.
Not surprising,
that will
honestly.
harm your life if you
Oh
follow
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
Now, as for the late bloomer part and learning teenager lessons when you're almost middle-aged, I guess that's fine. Better.
Well, I think that most people, I think men and women are sort of like this now, are living in what I call the eternal present. The things that go into determining their actions are simply what would make them feel the best in that moment, right? It's essentially just like,
I would agree with that.
What am I doing if I'm not pleasing myself, right? That's why you have gooners. This is why you have
Yep.
people who play fucking video games all day. People who only do shit that gives them instant gratification, which I know is kind of a buzzword, instant gratification, like dopamine, whatever, but
A dopamine dump.
Like, people are really just addicted to feeling good at all times. Discomfort is like unheard of in people's like day-to-day routine, right?
To learn late than never, but the part that I have an issue with is the part where she has to publicly congratulate herself.
Yeah, because no one else will do it.
Narcissistic. And what I mean by that,
Except for her
is that
Sims.
this Eat, Pray, Love video is like when you go to a job interview and they say, tell us about one of your flaws.
Yeah.
And you're like supposed to lie by taking a positive thing about you and frame it as a negative.
Yeah.
So tell me about a
I'm a
weakness of
workaholic.
yours. The common tactic with this question is to write a strength, but word it as a weakness. Like, I'm such a perfectionist with my work that I'll give up all of my spare time to make sure my shit gets done.
Yeah.
At the cost of my own family.
Classic.
Fuck 'em.
So Iman's saying
Whatever
that
happened to grade A under A? I don't know.
My
Just
shit
going.
gets done at the cost of my own family. Fuck 'em.
So Iman's saying that one of her flaws is that she's such a people pleaser is like her saying, I'm sorry, you see, I'm missing a bunch of important life milestones and behaving like I'm 16 because I am just too much of a people pleaser. I'm just too much of a good person. I give too much to everyone else at my own expense.
Yeah.
Pokimane makes videos like this a lot.
Because what this does is it makes you seem human because you're admitting an insecurity that, you know, anyone has an insecurity. Everyone has insecurities.
Oh, yeah.
People don't like to talk about them because it's actually a genuine vulnerability in a lot of people, right? It's a crack in the armor. But if you can manufacture a vulnerability that you can kind of tell to anybody all the time, then it's not really a vulnerability, but it gives you like the relatability and like it gives you this sort of exposure, like, hey, I'm a human, we all have these problems, here's one of mine. It's not like a real problem. Like, it's not like someone's gonna bring that up to you to criticize you. Like, you're such a fucking people pleaser. Really? It's like, no one would ever say that. It's like, oh, you're such a fucking insecure sexist. That's actually, like, if someone's insecure about how sexist they come off and then you say that to them, they'd be upset. Pokemon would be upset if you're like, you're
Yeah.
such a goddamn people pleaser, it ruins everything.
However, for everyone else who's a late bloomer and not a narcissist, there's
Oh,
a bit
she's
of ancient
massive
wisdom that's been
narcissist.
circling around the internet that people are calling
So
retard
lonely.
maxing. People have figured out that all the overthinking and introspection
That's supposed to be a
is not
ship.
actually helping them become
That's
happy.
kind of
And that's
crazy.
because most people let their own heads get in the way, which prevents them from achieving their goals. And so the internet has realized that it's actually better to act as if you're stupid, like Forrest Gump.
He's not bound by adult worries. Someone offers an opportunity, he takes it. No self-doubt, no overthinking, no paralysis, just do it.
Yep.
And every
Yep.
single time, it works out. Why?
Tom Hanks is an idiot, but that was a great
Because
movie.
He's not standing in his own way.
Also note that a lot of the success that Forrest
That's
Gump
called analysis paralysis, where you won't do something because you've overthought it. Doing
Yep.
nothing is like almost always the worst outcome. Being active.
That's why it's like,
first
instead of
step
overthinking,
will
just do
result
it.
in good things, I believe at least.
It's only two outcomes, positive or negative.
Even if it doesn't go well, then you still learn something.
Yep.
Doing nothing is just retarded.
It must be like
due to him
it must be this new generation thing. I don't know, but there's something that's causing people to just sit there superly overthink, psych themselves out, and then just not go
listening
anywhere.
to the advice of people who are smarter than him.
What's your sole purpose in this army? To do whatever you tell me, drill sergeant? Get You're a goddamn genius.
You
I
can
love
actually
that
live a pretty
movie.
good life if you just listen
Such
to
a
the
great
advice of
movie.
old people who are competent or have the lifestyle that you want. Though
Fuck Jetty.
certainly, you don't want to end up
Why listen to Vegas Matt?
attention-seeking and cringe like this when you get older.
I bought my first ever Birkin, and although I'd love to own one someday, I first wanted to buy one for a very special person in my life.
Your cat?
I couldn't think of a more deserving person to have such a coveted bag, except maybe you, which is why I got a second one. I love gifting you guys because you've been just as kind and supportive of me as
So
my friends
so
and my
the
team
viewers get the smaller
Hopefully
Birkin bag.
someday the poor multi-millionaire.
I get one. I get a Birkin. I don't know if I've ever seen an adult male with a Birkin bag. I don't know if that's what that's.
I don't
about.
want to see that. I
African-American
mean,
streamer Pokimane
gay.
will be able to afford her own $20,000 Hermes Birkin bag.
What the fuck?
If you're a broke boy, just say so.
I swear nothing will turn you into a misogynist faster than learning Hermes's business plan and how effective it is on women.
Fucking
It's
A.
basically a luxury gotcha
The
game
price
store
is
where the loot
$10,000 for that
$5,000,
fucking
and when
mini
you
bag.
pull ultra-rare
What
items,
is wrong
you
with
still have to
y'all?
pay for them. But also imagine not being able to gift your manager something without publicizing it. And
I just think it looks plain and boring. Like I could find that.
It
at
looks like a
store
normal
for
bag.
$20.
Pokimane publicizes how
It literally looks like a normal fucking bag. Why would you spend that much money on that? Oh my god. And she isn't rich?
generous she is.
But I also would pay a lot for a watch that I think is cool that I could probably make with the same materials for a few hundred. So I am a little bit of a hypocrite. Maybe just because maybe this is like women's version of Rolexes and shit. So I'll give her the pass.
Or something without
I don't believe
publicizing
in that
it.
either.
And Pokimane publicizes
Shoot, my smartwatch was a couple $100. I thought that was stupid. A friend of mine bought it for me for a birthday present.
Girl boss their way.
That looks like a dildo.
Pokimane, that is kind of like exactly what we're seeing.
have such a coveted bag, except maybe you, which is why I got a second one. I love gifting you guys because you've been just as
And
kind.
if guys are doing that, it's because women aren't showing them attraction.
Mine is
That's like the last resort.
Of me as my friends and my team has been.
Right. Hopefully someday the poor
Insane.
Incels, but women can't be incels.
multi-millionaire
Love how he has a communist building in the background for
will
this.
be able to afford her own $20,000 Hermes Birkin
So
bag.
insane.
Broke boy,
That's
just say
5%
so.
off.
I swear nothing will turn you into a misogynist faster than learning Hermes's business plan. Those are $5,000. And when you pull ultra rare items, you still have to pay for them. But also imagine not being able to gift your
insane.
manager something without publicizing it. And Pokimane publicizes how generous she is quite frequently. Honestly, these
What is she
giveaways that she
managing?
does look a lot like she's
I'm a
bribing
little confused. What her manager is managing exactly?
Right?
people to watch her or be her friend. I don't get how she's like, maybe one day I can afford a Birkin for myself.
So, okay, I take it back. She does give things to her friends, or at least people who are help her with her channel. Okay, so I was wrong on that, because I generally don't really watch Pokimane stuff other than, like, clips that they have out there.
When she also releases videos openly bragging about her gifting her friends purses that are
So that's one more creative, but still not worth that much money.
Showing her audience how great it is to let life milestones pass by for the sake of your career is that she does this whole girlfriend simulator bit to make money despite not having to because she's insanely rich. And the issue
So
with that is that
dumb.
she can't really date anyone because she'll lose a ton of her following, which is why she has to make videos like this.
I have to introduce you to a recurring character in my life. This is Chris, also known as Suncast, also known as my neighbor.
Also known as my neighbor. So is that dude just your neighbor? Because, like, you talk to him about, like, someone in your life. If your neighbor is your neighbor, so unless, like, you're regularly hanging out with that dude, which, I mean, he's in your kitchen or you're in his kitchen, one or the other, are y'all dating? Which, I bet that is one reason why so many of your simps decided to stop watching your channel and your stuff, because they're like, oh my god, like, you're with a handsome dude, that's not good, I don't have a chance now, and now you're losing simps.
This guy is in the video because he's your neighbor. Unless he's gay or you have really terrible boundaries.
Yeah.
At one of those everybody in the building gets together kind of parties, and then there were board games for people in the building, so we got to know each other at board game nights. Chris cooks a lot, sings a lot, and he
This
sings.
is just such bullshit. Like fake.
It sounds like you went on a little dating thing. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you went to a little dating event. You got to drink a little bit, got to meet some people. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like y'all had like a little dating event in your guys' like lobby of your building or some shit.
Story you came up with to tell the internet / your parents about how you met when it was probably fucking Raya.
Sing.
I hate that that so much.
Sings
Because
on,
Chris
sings on fucking command. Sings on fucking
it's funny,
command,
like,
bro.
It's just like biceps and does.
See, that's the epitome of simp, because the dude's not unattractive, right? So she probably finds him somewhat attractive, but she's like, ugh, I can't stand it when like men just don't do their own thing.
She says on command, so it's matchmaking.
See, he said it too.
She's a people pleaser, though.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
Right, your neighbor that you met at board game nights who is close in age and comes over to cook for you because we all know she can't.
Yeah.
Your neighbor who goes to the gym with you to lift while you go off and do a bunch of exercises that are largely useless.
Yeah, right. I found that hilarious. She's drinking a venti ice latte on the fucking Stairmaster.
She
Right.
does shit like this a lot, so I imagine that she knows as much about working out as she does cooking.
Yeah.
Anyway, nobody believed her story, and the Simps became depressed because now it's finally over.
Dude, Poker, I can sing better. I can cook better. I can do better. I can be better.
The fuck, bro?
Everything this guy can be. Just
No.
message me back, please.
That's
Hey,
why
if you want to be
Simps
mine and
get
my wife's
you.
girlfriend,
I'm
we're
not sure
down.
how he managed to do it.
You ain't ugly.
Managed to make Pokey the least
Can't be a
good
liberal no
person
more.
on screen at the time.
Now, I'm not exactly sure why Iman has picked this
Simping,
method of
bro,
revealing
no.
her boyfriend. She's rich enough to never have to work again, so if family was actually a priority, she would just take a break from the internet. So I don't know why she's doing all this. However, I do know that e-girls always have stalkers who are trying to expose every bit of their personal life.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Maybe one of them found out and was trying to expose it, so she's like, okay, well, I'll just say he's a really good friend. That's
okay.
why we shot this gym video
Maybe.
together.
Yeah.
Even though this looks suspicious as hell, she's still insistent on gaslighting people.
I posted a gym video with my neighbor.
I saw that.
With my
Is that
neighbor.
actually your neighbor?
Yes.
Okay,
So,
that's
okay,
what I thought.
we met at
No.
you
What are
those
you wearing?
building get-togethers where they're like, everybody in this
those?
building, come hang out, kind of parties. And then we got to know each other at board game night.
You're wearing dark colored stockings with a robe. That's definitely not planned at all.
For, like people in the building, essentially,
What board
or like
game
friends
was
on the
it? I just
same floor, sort of thing. And then people on Twitter were like,
this is
imagine having to hide your partner because your community's gonna freak out. And then my whole community is like, oh my god, cute video! You know? I'm like, it just feels like
Okay,
two entirely different
No,
worlds.
please.
Again, I'm not sure why she would show this guy in a room alone with her if they were not.
Again, this is just funny because she says my community doesn't care. I revealed my
Oh, they care.
boyfriend. But it's like, you're also far past your prime. So, like, yeah. If you did this back when you had, like, more guys thinking they had a chance with you, they would stop sending you money. These are guys who have largely moved on to, like, new e-girls. Like, you've been replaced.
Dating, and if he's not gay. I guess the tier 3 subs who think she will date them if they give her enough money are really socially unaware, but then again, Miskiff and Emiru dated for multiple years and people didn't know, even though it's obvious they were dating if you watch content with them together.
Yeah.
But to further make
If
my
people
point
do-
that Iman
If people do content together and one's a content creator and for some reason someone else is there, like this dude, they are so dating. If not dating, they're fucking.
is lying to everyone, it's not just the Instagram boyfriend-girlfriend videos.
Yeah, like,
She has
look,
this
that's not
activist
normal.
man. It's also
That's
this.
not normal.
And he sings a lot of songs in China
In
I
China?
really cannot watch the singing again. Whoa! No, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just
He looked
so-
kind of gay. I'm sorry to say.
What did you think of China? Because you went twice.
freaking love it.
I bet you do.
Food poisoning the first time.
I'm in a very Chinese phase of my life right now. Like,
I bet you are.
really,
I bet you are. I bet you're
What
eating
an
egg roll every
incredible
night, aren't you?
day is to suddenly get rid of the minute you meet a Chinese guy. I mean, she certainly is spreading those communist beliefs.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America?
We had a revolution once.
But we are the rich. Typical.
You retarded?
It's getting there, right?
It's just
What?
typical. It's disgusting.
Another one.
What's going on?
Another one.
The wealth disparity's getting bad.
You're a part of that wealth disparity.
I just fucking hate the hypocrisy. It bothers me.
The billionaires. The Bezos.
I don't
The
know what it is
Bezos.
with these people who are walking around with like a minimum of 8 figures in their pocket who feel the need to pretend that they're poor.
Right?
More recently,
So
Logan's girlfriend,
ridiculous.
Cinderella, and the biggest YouTuber, Mr. Beast, who I'm now fully convinced is AI, were larging as broke.
You said you keep less than $1 million.
Yeah,
for
this is
yourself
ridiculous.
Despite being a paper billionaire. Why do you choose to operate that way?
I'm broke.
It's funny talking about my personal finances.
On paper, I'm
Just-
broke.
No one ever believes anything I say. So, I mean, she's like, you're a billionaire. I'm like, That's net worth. I have negative money right now. I'm borrowing money. That's how little money I have.
That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie, bro.
I'm tired of it. I
I'm
can't.
watching this.
I'm spiking my cortisol, bro. If you want to watch the rest of this video, go for it. Shout out to UIS.
Oh my god, that was a good video. Oh my god, like Pokimane has definitely lost her mind if she like literally thinks that her fan base is okay, because her fan base is a whole bunch of simps. They're not okay with her being with actually somewhat attractive fucking dude who probably is actually gay, but if she's dating the dude, just be open about it. Who cares? Because if you have legitimate fans, you have nothing to fucking worry about if they see that you're dating or getting married to somebody. It's kind of ridiculous. But that was a great video from Cheeto. Go check his video out, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you check out w.gg and use my code TacticalGaming90 for 10% off. Stay free, America. Love you guys.